My child, this is your final call. Others may hear this, but right now it's just you and me. Do not look away. Do not close your heart. Heaven has paused just to reach you in this precise breath. I am speaking directly to you, straight into the center of your heart. You waited long enough. This moment is your turning point. Hear me. The choice in front of you is not routine. It is a hinge. It is a crossroads. It is a key that will decide your next season. Your next move will decide your next season. Not because I am fragile, but because alignment matters. Timing matters. Posture matters. And I am calling you into a posture that becomes the doorway I already prepared. Do not make this decision in fear. Do not make it in panic. Do not make it to prove yourself to anyone. If fear is pushing you, it is not leading you. If panic is shouting, it is not wisdom. If pride is attempting to erase a former wound by performance, it will only reopen what I am trying to heal. My beloved, let your mind be still and your spirit listen. I am here. I am near. I am steady. I will never leave you. I see the road you have been walking. I saw every hour you watched the clock and every breath that carried the question, what if I choose wrong? I heard the voices around you and the voice inside you. I know exactly where you stand, and I am not confused about your direction. I am not late. I am not harsh. I am firm and gentle at once, because I love you too much to let you drift when it is time to turn the page. This is your turning point. I am shining a light on the path because I want you to see what I see. I want you to know that I have laid out steps that are firm, lasting, stable, and steady. I want you to feel the difference between the weight you've been carrying and the ease of walking with me. Your next season does not begin with frantic action. It begins with surrender that becomes clarity, and clarity that becomes courage. Today, I am uncovering 3 moves that often sabotage timing. Listen closely. Many run ahead in a panic step, thinking speed will save them. Many tighten their grip in a control step, trying to force outcomes I never assigned them. Many wander into a comparison step, copying a chapter I did not write for them. These moves look like progress, but they delay promise. They look like wisdom, but they trade peace for pressure. And I am correcting them now, not to shame you, but to set you free. If you will listen and obey, confusion will lift. The fog will thin. Your heart will grow quiet, and your feet will grow sure. Peace will return like a wind at your back. The right door will open without striving, and the wrong door will close without drama. You will not have to bang on walls that refuse to become gates. I am already opening what no one else can close, and closing what would only drain you. So pause, breathe, let me hold your hand. Your next move is a sacred step, not a rushed reaction. This is not an ordinary day. This is your final call to align, to surrender, to choose from peace, not fear. Say yes to my leading in your heart right now. Whisper it if you must. Shout it if you can. But decide to move with me. This moment is your turning point, and I am ready to walk you into the season I prepared. My child, lean in. Others may stand around you with opinions and clocks, but this is just you and me. I see what's pressing you. I see the weight that sits on your chest when you try to sleep. I saw the nights you replayed the options, the conversations, the losses, the bills, the uncertainty. I watched you scroll through outcomes in your mind and measure your worth against numbers on a screen and words that did not know your heart. I heard the whisper that said, "Hurry, or you will miss it," and I saw how it tightened your breath. I know exactly what hour your tears dried, and you pretended to be fine so you could keep moving. I am not confused about your situation. You feel a deadline breathing down your neck like a storm that refuses to pass. You feel the expectation of people who speak with confidence about a life they don't have to live. You feel the pull of responsibility, good, noble, right-sounding, yet it leans you away from peace, as if urgency were the same as faithfulness. And here is the battlefield, where the quiet war has been waged inside of you. Fear has been wearing a mask and calling itself wisdom. Anxiety has been dressing up like due diligence. Urgency is pretending to be responsible, but I see through the costume. I am not fooled, and I will not let you be fooled either. My beloved, I see the messages on your phone, the advice sent with care but laced with their own fears. I see the raised eyebrows when you pause, the questions that imply you are behind, the pressure to prove that you are strong, capable, decisive. I see the well-meaning voices that point to the safest path for them while it drains your peace. They do not carry your calling. They do not sleep in your skin. They do not hear me the way I have taught your spirit to hear me. Hear me now. Peace is not passive. My peace does not paralyze. My peace positions you. If a choice costs you the steadying peace I am pouring into you, it is not your path, no matter how tidy it looks to others. I saw you try to calculate your way out of loneliness and into certainty. I saw you pick up plans and put them down again because they felt heavy in places your soul could not carry. I saw the moments you almost said yes just to silence the pressure, to stop the questions, to make the ache of waiting go quiet. I know how tired you are of starting over. I know how tired you are of being misunderstood, of being told you are too slow, too careful, too spiritual, too sensitive. You are not too much, and you are not enough. You are mine. And I understand the story. You are walking better than anyone who has ever advised you. You have called this tiredness just life, but I call it what it is. Spiritual fatigue born from carrying what I did not ask you to carry. You have carried the weight of outcomes, the strain of other people's happiness, the responsibility for doors to open that you cannot hinge. You have carried the scoreboard of comparison in your mind, ticking noisily while you try to pray. You have carried the fear that one wrong move will ruin everything, as though I, the one who authors your days, were fragile enough to be undone by a single step. Breathe, my child. Let your shoulders drop. I am here to steady you. I am not here to shame you for feeling worn. I am here to sit with you in the middle of your mess and remind you that I am not overwhelmed by clocks or crowds or voices. I am the one who quiets storms. I am the one who multiplies time. I am the one who moves hearts when you cannot, who closes a mouth when its words would wound, who opens a door without you knocking it down. I am placing my hand on your chest even now, and the rhythm that quickened under fear will slow under my peace. Your pulse will learn a new tempo. You have said, if I don't decide now, I'll lose my chance. Hear me, the chance that belongs to you cannot be stolen by a deadline. The window I open cannot slam shut because a clock on a wall ticked past a date someone chose. Do not give fear the honor of dictating your calendar. Do not give urgency the authority that belongs to my voice alone. Responsibility is beautiful when it is yoked to my leading. It becomes a cruel taskmaster when it is welded to fear. I know what has been said to you. Just be practical. Don't be dramatic. If you don't move, someone else will take it. I have heard the subtle shaming. Everyone is moving on. Why aren't you? I am interrupting those lines with this truth. You do not owe your future to people-pleasing. You owe your life to the one who formed you on purpose. Some will not understand your pause. Let them not understand. Some will misread your peace. Let them misread it. Your obedience is not a group project. You have asked, what if I choose wrong? I answer with kindness and authority. I know how to shepherd a willing heart. I can reroute a child who trusts me faster than a panicked runner can make up lost ground. Your willingness is the key, not your perfection. So take my hand again, right now. I am steadying your thoughts. I am gathering the scattered pieces of your attention. I am silencing the counterfeit urgencies, one by one. Lift your eyes. Feel me lift the weight of outcomes from your back. Let the noise around you fade until my voice stands clear. You are not behind. You are not forgotten. I am not disappointed in you. I am delighted to lead you. I am not late. I am right on time. And I know exactly what to do next. I am not here to shame you. I am here to steady you. Take my hand again and let us walk into the next step with peace as your compass and my presence as your covering. My child, before you move, release what you're carrying. This is not optional. This is the doorway. You have asked for clarity, but clarity does not shout over armfuls of fear and fists clenched around outcomes. You want to see the path, but your hands are full of weights I never asked you to lift. And your vision is clouded by what you vowed to control. Surrender is not the end of your strength. It is the beginning of your sight. If you want to see what I see, set down what you hold. Right here, right now. Breathe. Unclench your jaw. Set that weight down. Lay it at my feet right now. Let your shoulders drop as if an invisible yoke is coming loose, because it is. Let your hands open, palms up, as a sign to your nervous system and to your spirit. You do not have to hold what I am willing to carry. Inhale my peace. Exhale what is not yours. Again, slower this time. Feel the ground under your feet. Hear my voice over the noise. I am not in a hurry. I am patient and present, and I am trading your heaviness for clarity. I see the hidden burdens that have made simple choices feel like cliffs. The burden of certainty. This belief that you must know everything before you obey. The burden of applause. The craving for the nod, the like. The whisper of well done from people who do not author your destiny. The burden of embarrassment. The terror that if you trust me and the outcome looks different than you forecast, you will look foolish. Fear of being wrong. Fear of being seen. Fear of being small. My beloved, those are not holy weights. They do not refine, they suffocate. Release them. You have called it wisdom to delay until every variable submits to your control, but I call it what it is. A cage disguised as caution. You have called it humility to wait for permission from voices I did not assign to lead you, but I call it what it is. A leash that keeps you walking in circles. You have called it prudence to rehearse worst-case endings so you won't be surprised, but I call it what it is. Rehearse disappointment that steals your courage before the story even starts. Set it down. Every fear, every spreadsheet you keep in your imagination to earn a guarantee, every performance you plan to avoid criticism, set it down. I am offering an exchange. Give me fear, receive peace beyond what you can explain. Give me bitterness, receive a softness that protects your heart without hardening it. Give me control, receive the strength of trust that does not wobble when details shift. Give me the need to be certain, receive the grace to take the next right step with a quiet mind. Give me the need to be applauded, receive the joy of being seen by me, fully and completely, without audition. Give me the fear of embarrassment, receive the freedom to try, to learn, to grow under my smile. As you release, feel the heaviness lift in layers. Your breathing will deepen. The noise in your head will thin like morning fog under a rising sun. The accusations will lose their script. Your mind will clear and ideas will arrange themselves without you forcing them into rows. You will notice my peace return like a steady river that refuses to be hurried and yet moves with relentless strength. You will not be able to explain why you know, but you will know. You will not be able to justify it to every critic, but you will walk with a confidence that answers them without words. Hear me. Clarity is not the absence of risk, it is the presence of peace. Clarity is not a guarantee of outcomes, It is a guarantee of companionship. Clarity is the steady awareness that I am with you, that my hand is on your shoulder, that my whisper is enough to make you brave. And here is your lens for the decision ahead. The right move will not require you to abandon me to make it happen. If a path demands you mute my voice, ignore my peace, or trample your conscience to please a crowd, it is not your path. I do not lead you away from me. I lead you deeper into me. Lay down the story you tell yourself about being behind. Lay down the scoreboard that keeps tally of who clapped for whom. Lay down the vow you made after the last disappointment. I will never look foolish again. Because that vow is strangling your obedience. Lay down the resentment you carry against timelines and people who moved before you. Lay down the secret comparison you use to measure your worth. None of those are companions for the road I am taking you on. I am not asking you to pretend you are fearless. I am asking you to hand me your fear. I am not demanding stoicism. I am inviting surrender. I am not shaming your longing to be seen. I am promising you are already seen, completely, tenderly, proudly, by the one who designed you with intention. My child, I am not harsh with you. I am protective of you. I will not let these false burdens sabotage your timing when your heart is willing to lay them down. So say it with me, even softly. I release the need to be certain before I obey. I release the need to be applauded to move forward. I release the fear of being embarrassed when I trust you. I place outcomes back in your hands. I choose peace as my compass. I choose surrender as my strength. Let your yes rise like a warm wind through your chest. Let your no to fear ring like a bell that scatters birds from a field. Let your spirit stand up tall inside you. As you do this, watch how quickly I move. Conversations that used to tangle you will untie themselves. Choices that felt like mazes will show a simple turn. Doors you pressed will either swing or stay shut without your striving, and you will feel no compulsion to pound. You will sense timing not as panic but as a gentle nudge that aligns with peace. You will sleep at night. You will wake without dread. You will make the next call, send the next message, take the next step without the drag of proving anything to anyone. This is how your next season begins, not with noise but with a release, not with force but with surrender, not with frantic motion but with a quiet heart that hears me clearly and moves when I say, move. Surrender first, then step. Release the weight, then watch the path appear. I am here, I am near, I will never leave you, and as you let go, you will finally see what I have been holding for you all along. My child, hear me clearly. The first move that sabotages timing is the panic step. It is the sudden lunge to escape discomfort. It is the hasty yes to silence anxiety. It is the rush to feel in control when control was never the assignment. Panic does not ask for my counsel. Panic tries to outrun the ache. Panic borrows tomorrow's strength to survive today's fear. And I love you too much to let panic be your compass. If fear is pushing you, it is not leading you. Do not take a panic step that creates a detour. Let me name how it hides so you can see it when it knocks. The panic step looks like jumping into a relationship because the silence of waiting feels louder than wisdom. It looks like quitting without counsel because you are tired of being misunderstood. It looks like accepting the wrong opportunity because the right one hasn't called back yet and you just want the ache to end. It looks like returning to old habits, familiar but corrosive, because at least they feel predictable. It looks like sending the message at midnight you promised yourself you wouldn't send. It looks like taking on debt to numb the shame of feeling behind. It looks like saying, fine, I'll do it myself, when I asked you to trust me to do what only I can do. The panic step is not brave, it is hurried. The panic step is not faithful, it is frightened. Listen to me. Panic births detours. Panic births Ishmael-like outcomes. effortful, noisy, and draining. They demand constant maintenance. They require you to prop them up with explanations and energy that leak your peace. They age your soul and crowd your calendar. You will find yourself negotiating with consequences I never wrote for you. And then you will confuse exhaustion with destiny because you think anything that costs this much must be holy. No, my beloved, I never asked you to build what only worry sustains. What I build has weight, but it does not have panic. What I author may stretch you, but it will not scramble you. My blessing makes you rich in ways money cannot count, and it adds no frantic sorrow to your nights. I do not speak this to shame you. I speak to rescue time. I speak to cut the cords that tied your feet to cycles of regret. I have watched you sprint when stillness was your safety. I have seen the spiral, the hurry, the aftermath, the self-rebuke, the vow to never do that again, and then the pressure that starts it all over. I am here to interrupt it. My child, I am not late. I am never late. I hold time. I am not bound to the clock that others use to measure your worth. The doors I open will still be yours when you arrive in peace. The opportunities I write will not require you to betray your soul to secure them. If fear is pushing you, it is not leading you. So here is my directive stack for your heart to memorize until it becomes your rhythm. Don't rush, don't force, don't chase. Listen, wait for my peace. Move with me, don't rush. Speed born from fear is not the same as obedience born from faith. Don't force. Pressure on a locked door bends keys and breaks hinges. It will only injure you. Don't chase. What I have assigned to you will not sprint away from the sound of my voice calling your name. Listen. Tune your ear to the whisper that calms you, not the shout that hurries you. Wait for my peace. Peace is not passivity. It is proof of my presence. Move with me. When we step together, you will notice the weight shift off your chest and the path steady under your feet. Ask yourself these questions when the urge to run rises like a wave. Does this choice multiply peace or multiply pressure? After I decide, will I breathe deeper or hold my breath? Does this move draw me closer to me, into prayer, into honesty, into rest? Or will it make you hide and explain and edit yourself around those who will not understand? Does this opportunity require secrecy or pretense to keep it alive? Do you feel you must make it happen right now to avoid being abandoned? Or can it sit before me for a day and still be there? Would you do this if no one clapped and no one criticized? Are you trying to fix a feeling or follow my leading? These questions are not hoops to jump. They are lights on the runway so you can land safely. Here is another lens. Urgency that threatens you is not from me. Move now or lose everything is not my voice to a child I love. I woo. I do not bully. I guide. I do not terrify. If the only reason you are saying yes is because you are afraid of what people will think if you pause, that is a panic step. If the only reason you are walking through a door is because silence feels unbearable and attention feels like oxygen, that is a panic step. If the only reason you are going back to what I delivered you from is because it is familiar and you are tired of trusting, that is a panic step. Pause. Put your hand on your heart. Breathe. Invite my peace to lead the way again. My child, waiting with me is not wasting. Waiting with me is welding your life to my timing. Waiting with me is weight training for your spirit. It builds the muscle that holds what I am giving you next. You have wondered why certain things seem to collapse in your hands. Often it was not because you were weak, but because panic built them with materials that do not endure. I am teaching you to build with peace now. Peace is your green light. Peace is your yes. Peace is your steady go. Do not fear that you will miss it if you do not sprint. What belongs to you in my design is not hijacked by another's hurry. There are assignments with your name engraved on them, in places no eye can see. I can hold a door open past a deadline. I can reorder schedules and change minds while you sleep. I can stretch hours like bread and fish. Refuse the narrative that scarcity should govern your obedience. I am abundance. I am enough. I am your source. If fear is pushing you, it is not leading you. Here is how you practice holy restraint when panic begs to lead. Choose one slow act of trust. Wait one more day before replying. Bring the offer into my presence and speak out loud. I refuse to be driven. I will be led. Ask me to mark your spirit with a simple yes or a simple no. No drama, no bargaining. If you do not sense my peace, pause. If you sense my peace returning as you step back, stay back. Let me confirm through steadiness, not through the applause of people who do not carry your calling. My beloved, when you refuse the panic step, you redeem time. You will watch detours shrink into direct paths. You will feel the fog lift. You will notice that what would have taken you years to untangle in your own strength resolves gently under my hand. You will not have to explain yourself to everyone. Your fruit will speak. Your sleep will sweeten. Your mind will grow quiet. Your pace will match my breath. Say it with me even now. I will not run because I am afraid to wait. I renounce the panic step. I refuse to be pushed by fear. I will be led by peace. I will not rush. I will not force. I will not chase. I will listen. I will wait for your peace. I will move with you. And as you make this vow in your heart, feel my hand steady yours. I am not late. I am with you. I am guiding you. This is your turning point away from detours and into the direct path I prepared. My child, come closer. The door before you looks big. It looks new. It looks like more than you've carried before. I know how your stomach flips at the threshold between what you know and what you were made for. Hear me. Peace is not the absence of challenge. Peace is the presence of me in the choice. My leading may be bold, but it will be steady. The door may be large, but my hand on your back is larger. My child, don't make it in fear. Don't make it in desperation. I am not promising a path without butterflies. I am promising a path without torment. Holy wait is not the same as panic. Holy wait makes your spine straighten and your breath deepen. Panic caves your chest and snatches your air. Holy wait invites you to lean on me. Panic tries to shove you out alone. Holy wait says, yes, this is big, but I am bigger, and calm courage begins to rise. Panic says, hurry, perform, prove, and your thoughts scatter. My beloved, learn the difference. If fear is pushing you, it is not leading you. If the only energy you feel is frantic proving, step back. Let me quiet the room inside you. Here is the peace test that steadies your feet when the door looks scary. Ask your heart in my presence, not the crowd. When you picture stepping through that door with me, does your breath slow? Do your shoulders loosen? Do you notice a quiet courage that does not need an audience to survive? Peace does not always feel like ease, but it always feels like alignment. It will not demand you abandon prayer to keep up. It will not require you to lie, to shrink your convictions, or to pretend to be someone else. If the path asks you to fracture your integrity to fit in, that is not my leading. I lead you into boldness that is coherent. I lead you into assignments that agree with your design. I may take you into unfamiliar rooms, but I will never take you into spiritual confusion and torment. Do not confuse familiar with faithful. Many of my doors are unfamiliar. New territory does not mean wrong territory. New responsibility does not mean reckless risk. I will often ask you to do what you have not done to become who you truly are. But even as I stretch you, I steady you. Peace will thread through the unknown like a golden cord you can feel even in the dark. When your mind spins, take hold of the cord, whisper my name, breathe deep, listen for the returning stillness. If it does not return when you pause with me, wait. If it swells as you rest and strengthens as you release the urge to impress, move a step. My child, don't make it in fear. Don't make it in desperation. You do not need the whole map, just the next obedient step with me. I am the lamp, not the stadium floodlight. I light the step you are on and the one just ahead. You want guarantees, I give guidance. You want certainty end to end, I give companionship step by step. Watch how my peace behaves as you take micro steps. Draft the message but don't send it yet. Does peace remain? Stand in the doorway of the conversation and tell the truth once. Does peace grow? Walk the property, tour the office, sit in the meeting, speak your yes or your no. Does your inner world settle even as the stakes feel higher? Follow the peace like a river, not like a siren. Contrast what strives with what is steady inside you. Anxious striving keeps checking who's watching. Steady courage looks up and whispers, "Are we still together?" and feels my nod. Frantic proving rehearses lines to earn permission. Quiet confidence tells the truth and lets me manage results. Anxious striving performs to avoid rejection. Steady courage obeys to honor our relationship. I am not asking you to be fearless. I am asking you to be led. You can walk through a scary-looking door with trembling legs and still be in perfect peace. You can say yes with tears in your eyes and still be in perfect alignment because my presence steadies what your emotions cannot. Here are more lights on your runway. My leading will call you into honesty, not secrecy. It will invite prayer, not avoidance. It will create room for rest, not demand all-nighters sustained by anxiety. It will make you kinder, not harsher. It will raise your standards of integrity, not lower them under the excuse of opportunity. It will not require you to betray the quiet convictions we built in secret. Where my spirit leads, confusion drains, and dignity returns to your choices. Where the counterfeits lead, your insides knot up and you start bargaining with yourself to make the unease go away. Listen to your insides. I live there with you. And when that door looks big, remember, I go before you. I put my peace on the threshold like a welcome mat with your name etched into it. Angels stand ready at thresholds I open. I have measured the load on the other side and matched it with grace you don't even know you carry yet. You are not walking blind. You are walking accompanied. If you cannot yet find that welcome of peace, stop at the mat and wait with me. Let the wind of my presence push back the fog. I am in no rush to force you through a door I authored. I do not need you to wrestle it open. I need you to walk with me when I turn the handle. My child, don't make it in fear. Don't make it in desperation. Desperation will dress itself like zeal and insist you must decide to silence your anxiety. No, decisions made to mute fear only feed it. Decisions made from peace starve it. Let your yes be born from stillness, not from the stare of a ticking clock. Let your no be born from conviction, not from the urge to hide. If you need more time to feel my steadiness, take it. If you are sensing my courage rising, even while questions remain, take the next small step and watch the next peace appear. Say this with me now. I do not need the whole map to obey. I need your hand. I will follow peace even when the door looks big. I will not chase applause. I will not bow to pressure. I will pause. I will ask. And I will obey the next step. As these words settle, feel my calm wrap around your chest like a band that strengthens without constricting. Feel the room inside your heart expand. The door may be large, but you are not alone at it. My leading is bold and steady. Peace is your compass. Step when I say step, and you will find that what looked like a wall becomes a way beneath your feet. My child, listen closely. The second move that sabotages timing is the control step, the quiet decision to force what I am willing to fulfill. It is the attempt to manage timing, people, and outcomes because trusting me feels too vulnerable. It is the subtle hand on the steering wheel you keep calling responsibility, even while your knuckles ache from gripping. Control promises safety, it delivers strain. Control looks wise on the outside. Inside, it makes your chest tight and your prayers transactional. I am speaking directly to you. Control is a counterfeit safety. Your season shifts when you stop forcing what I am willing to fulfill. I see the disguises control wears. I'm just being wise. I'm just protecting myself. I'm just making sure. I'm stewarding. I'm networking. I'm keeping my options open. My beloved wisdom listens. Control manipulates. Protection honors boundaries. Control builds walls to punish. Making sure becomes suspicion that interrogates every detail. Because you are afraid I will not come through. Stewardship partners with my pace. Control outruns me and then asks me to bless the mess. Networking can be pure. Control turns relationships into levers. Keeping options open often means refusing to trust that I have already written your name on a door. I am not confusing you. I am exposing what has been confusing you. Look at the fruit of control and tell the truth. Exhaustion that sleep cannot fix. Resentment at people who do not move when you tug the strings. Spiritual numbness. Prayer that feels like negotiation instead of communion. A constant sense of being behind even while your calendar is full. Snapping at those you love because everything feels like an interruption to the empire you are afraid will collapse without your vigilance. Refreshing inboxes and timelines to harvest assurance that never satisfies. Anxiety dressed as productivity. This is not the life I designed for you. This is not the yoke I placed on your shoulders. My yoke is easy. My burden is light. Control is heavy and hard, and it keeps you chasing a finish line that runs when you run. Let me show you its patterns so you can catch them early. Control overcommunicates two-corner agreement, then calls it clarity. It sends just checking in messages with a hidden demand inside. It drops hints to manipulate decisions, then pretends to be surprised when they land. It says, I'm fine, while punishing with silence. It rehearses conversations for hours to guarantee outcomes that do not belong to you. It says yes to assignments I never gave, so you can prove you are indispensable, then blames others for the fatigue. It edits truth to secure approval and calls it diplomacy. It builds contingency plans on top of contingency plans to trap the future into behaving. My child, that is not foresight. That is fear in a tailored suit. Hear me. I do not despise planning. I despise the idolatry of control that refuses to let me be lord of the details. I am not asking you to stop being diligent. I am asking you to stop being driven. I am not asking you to abandon wisdom. I am asking you to abandon manipulation. I open doors no one can close, and I close doors no one can open. I order your steps, not just your dreams. When you grip the wheel, you swerve into lanes that are not yours, and then you wonder why there is so much near collision in your life. Release the steering wheel. Let me set the pace. Let me lead conversations. Let me handle the hearts you keep trying to edit. I am better at being God than you are at being safe. This is your rescue. Surrender is your safety. Say it with me even now. I release the steering wheel. I renounce the illusion that outcomes are mine to manufacture. I choose to partner, not to force. Put your hands palms up, breathe, unclench your jaw. Bring the situation to me by name. Name the person you keep scripting in your mind. Name the deadline you keep threatening yourself with. Lay them at my feet right now. Ask me this simple question: what is mine and what is not? I will answer, I will mark your heart with a small, clear portion, not the whole movie, just today's scene. Do today's scene with me. Leave tomorrow's plot in my hands. Here are lights on your runway to discern control from surrender. Control bargains, surrender obeys. Control needs constant proof, surrender rests after the step. Control hides motives under beautiful words. Surrender tells the truth and lets me manage fallout. Control uses people. Surrender serves them. Control hoards options. Surrender selects the assignment I breathe on. Control lives by ultimatums. Surrender lives by convictions. If you feel yourself crafting sentences to corner someone into doing what you want, stop. If you catch yourself pacing and rehearsing to guarantee a yes, step back. If you notice that your follow-up has become a daily drip of pressure, pause. Invite my peace. Ask me to speak the word enough into your pace. My child, when you stop forcing, watch what I do. Provision finds you in rooms you thought were closed. Alignment appears like puzzle pieces sliding into place, without you pressing hard on the edges. The right calls return without 3 reminders. Papers that sat on a desk start moving. Plans adjust in your favor while you sleep. Confirmation arrives from mouths you did not prompt. Timelines bend. Gatekeepers soften. Favor rests in places your hustle could not reach. And inside you, a miracle. Resentment dissolves. The numbness thaws. Joy returns to the work because it no longer has to prove anything. You stop counting how many people noticed and start noticing how present I am. Here is how you practice release in the next 24 hours. Choose one strand you have been yanking and let it go. Delete the manipulative sentence from the email and keep the truth. Send one honest message without the push. Delay one follow-up and give me room to work. Return one borrowed assignment to its owner with grace. Stop refreshing for one set hour and talk to me instead. Cancel one yes you gave to stay indispensable and give that time back to rest. Ask me who to bless without strings and do it in secret. Then pay attention to the peace that returns and the momentum I create without your forcing. Do not be afraid that surrender will slow you down. Control makes noise, surrender makes progress. Control burns hours, surrender redeems time. Control gets you attention, surrender gets you access. What I accelerate cannot be maintained by manipulation. It is sustained by grace. I am already working angles you cannot see, speaking in rooms you cannot enter, preparing hearts you cannot reach. I am not late, I am not stingy, I am not requiring you to prove you deserve what I already decided to give. I am requiring trust, because trust protects you from worshiping your own strategies. My beloved, others might hear this message, but right now it's just you and me. I am placing my hand over yours on the wheel. Feel the pressure lighten. Hear me whisper, let me lead. Don't pull, don't press, don't perform. Pause, ask, obey. I will order your steps. I will open doors no one can close. I will be your safety. Control is a counterfeit. Let it go and watch the season shift around you as surely as dawn breaks after night. I will never leave you. I am already ahead of you. Trust me one more time. Take my hand again. My child, listen to me with your whole heart. Identity before instruction. I will not rush you into next steps without first naming who you are. Your life does not move forward by proving. It moves forward by agreeing. Others might hear this message, but right now it's just you and me. I am speaking directly to you, straight into the center of your heart. You are chosen. You are valuable. Nothing about you was accidental. Before any title, before any outcome, before any applause or critique, I called you mine. This is your final call to remember it. This is your turning point. I see the loop you have been trapped in, the late narrative, the behind narrative, The too broken narrative. You measure yourself with clocks I never set, by rulers I never handed you, against voices I never ordained to define you. You rehearse your delays like a confession you must pay off with success. You punish your own soul with should have by now and if only, as though I move by shame quotas. Hear me. You are not late. You are being prepared. You are not behind. I have been building depth. You are not too broken. I have been binding you in places the world cannot see. I know exactly where you've been. I saw every moment you stood firm when no one clapped. I have counted your tears and translated them into wisdom. I am not confused about your timeline. I hold time. I am putting my finger on something now. Performance-based movement. The choices you make to silence critics. The yes you say to prove you are indispensable. The projects you chase because guilt whispers you must repay every kindness with exhaustion. The posts you craft, the resumes you inflate, the rooms you enter already apologizing just to preempt rejection. That is not obedience. That is bargaining for belonging. That is not faith. That is fear wearing a brave face. You keep auditioning for a part I already cast you in. My beloved, lay down the scripts. I did not hire you. I adopted you. I'm not your boss trying to be impressed. I am your father ensuring you are safe. You move from love, not for love. You obey because you are mine, not to become mine. My affection is not on probation waiting for your perfect performance. My favor is not a coupon that expires if you do not hurry. I am not holding a stopwatch over your head. When I say, I will never leave you, I mean for every version of you that has shown up on your hardest days. I loved you before you could spell strategy. I delighted in you before you could deliver outcomes. I chose you for this season before this season knew your name. Put your hand on your heart and breathe. Feel the weight of impersonation lift. You do not need to prove worthy. You need to agree that I made you worthy. You do not need to outrun opinions. You need to outlast them by standing in the truth. Hear me repeat it until it anchors. You are chosen. You are valuable. Nothing about you was accidental. You are my treasure. You were made with intention. Your worth comes from me alone. Let these words unloop the shame that kept you sprinting in circles. Let them steady your feet where panic once pushed. Say this with me now and let your own voice teach your insides a new way to walk. I agree with you about me. I am not late. I am aligned. I am not behind. I am becoming. I am not too broken. I am being rebuilt by your hands. I move from love, not for love. I obey because I am yours. I release the need to impress. I refuse to make decisions to silence critics. I renounce guilt as my motivator. I receive identity before instruction. From this agreement, your next step clarifies. Identity simplifies everything. When you remember you are a son, a daughter, you stop negotiating for crumbs at tables I built for you to host. When you remember you are chosen, you stop chasing rooms that require you to shrink. When you remember you are valuable, you stop pricing your peace at the cost of approval. When you remember nothing about you was accidental, you stop trying to copy someone else's template to feel safe. You carry a design that fits the door I am opening. Your name is etched on thresholds your eyes have not seen yet. Hear my declaration over your path. I am calling you forward, not backward. Today we turn the page together. We are not rereading the chapter to memorize your failures. We are writing the next scene with my hand over yours. All of heaven is not wringing hands over your past. Heaven has paused to mark this agreement as your hinge. Angels stand ready to minister in places where your identity unlocks access. I am already opening doors no one else can close, but I want your feet to arrive as who you are, not as who fear told you to pretend to be. So here is how you will walk this out. Before you ask, what should I do? Ask, who am I with you in this? If the answer sounds like orphan, prove, rush, hide, wait. If the answer settles as beloved, honest, steady, clear, step. When you draft the message, let belonging choose the tone. When you enter the meeting, arrive as chosen, not auditioning. When you set a boundary, do it as valuable, not as vengeful. When you rest, rest as mine, not as guilty. When you speak, let truth fit you like your own clothes. No more costume changes to survive the room. I am whispering courage into your spine. Identity before instruction. Agree first, move next. As you agree, watch pressure drain and peace take the wheel. Watch how decisions untangle. Watch how the urge to over-explain fades. Watch how opportunities that demand your self-betrayal lose their shine. This is your turning point. My child, you waited long enough to like who I made. Trust me one more time. Take my hand again. We are going forward, not backward. Today, we turn the page together. My child, lean in. I am putting my hand on the third move that sabotages timing, the comparison step. It is the quiet decision to copy someone else's season. It is making choices because of what others are doing, posting, buying, achieving, or receiving. It is taking a turn not because I said now, but because a feed shouted everyone. It is swapping your steady for their pace, your design for their display, your assignment for their applause. Hear me. Comparison will rush you into the wrong chapter. Your season is custom written by me and cannot be copied. I see the moments that trigger it. The announcement you read at midnight that made your stomach drop. The photo of keys and contracts and cake cuttings and passports that made your chest tighten. The engagement, the baby, the launch, the promotion, the platform, the spotlight. I hear the whispers inside. I'm behind. I'm inadequate. I missed it. God forgot me. My child, I have not forgotten you. I know exactly where you are in the story I am writing with your life. I have not misplaced your file. I have not lost your number. I have counted your steps, and I am matching your pace with grace. Envy, inadequacy, and impatience are not your guides. They are alarms. Do not let alarms become drivers. Here is the trap. Comparison makes you abandon your ordained pace. It takes your purpose and turns it into performance. It takes the sacred and makes it a stage. It tells you to hurry because validation is scarce. It pushes your yes past peace and into panic. It blurs your lines until you are dressing your soul in costumes that do not fit. You start solving imaginary deadlines. You say yes to a move I never assigned because you fear being last. To a party I did not invite you to attend. You treat calling like a competition and community like an audience. You rehearse metrics instead of truth. And then you wonder why joy leaks, why prayer feels thin, why everything costs more than it gives. You left the lane that holds your oxygen. Listen to me. I am the author of your story. Their chapter is not your chapter. Their scene is not your scene. Their timeline is not your timeline. What I am building in you requires your pace, your process, your peculiarities. If you take their route, you will miss the treasures I buried along yours. If you borrow their script, you will skip the lines that mature your voice. If you sprint into a door they walked through, you will arrive as a stranger to an assignment I designed to fit your name. I wrote a sentence around your strengths that will not make sense in another's paragraph. I do not write with carbon copies. I write with living ink. When you rush, you smear the ink. When you copy, you cancel the signature. Let me expose the difference between inspiration and imitation. Inspiration says, if you did it for them, you can do it for me in the way that fits me. Imitation says, if you did it for them, I must make it happen now to prove I'm not forgotten. Inspiration births hope. Imitation births hurry. Inspiration honors your design. Imitation fractures it. My beloved, bless the testimony you see. Celebrate it and let it expand your faith, not collapse your timeline. Say out loud when the ache rises, I am happy for them and I am aligned with you. That sentence will disarm the belief that I passed you by. You ask, how do I stop copying when the pressure is loud? Practice my presence until my pace becomes your metronome. Pause before you mirror. Ask me, what is my assignment today? Obey that, not the algorithm of everyone else's harvest. If their purchase tempts you to spend beyond peace, wait. If their news tempts you to announce something half-formed, wait. If their door makes you rattle the knob of a hallway, I have not lit yet, wait. I have not denied you, I am protecting you. Pressure will try to rename delay as denial. Do not agree. Your preparation is not punishment. It is precision. Here is a simple test to discern when comparison is steering. When you imagine taking the step solely because you saw someone else do it, does your breath shorten and your shoulders tense? That is not my peace. When you picture taking the step with me because I have been whispering it in your secret place long before you saw it on a screen, do you feel a quiet strength rise? That is alignment. My leading will often be confirmed by others, but it will not be coerced by others. I am capable of highlighting your next move without humiliating you into it. Where my spirit leads, dignity returns to your choices. Where comparison leads, you start bargaining with your worth. Let me talk about your people. When you stop copying, you will recognize your own door, and your people will recognize you. Counterfeit moves attract counterfeit alliances. Connections built on the sameness of strain, not the sameness of calling. Authentic obedience attracts those woven for your sound. They will not require you to be smaller to stay. They will not demand you be louder to be seen. They will hear the frequency of your true voice and come alongside, not to compete, but to complement. You will look around one day and realize the room fits, not because it's perfect, but because you no longer have to pretend to belong in it. And about your assignment, it will become clearer the moment you release the need to make it look like theirs. Your door may not photograph well, your field may be quieter, your miracle may grow in the soil of consistency rather than the spark of spectacle. Do not despise it. I often hide the most potent callings in ordinary rhythms, so that only the obedient find them. The applause you think you need is far smaller than the impact I intend. Obey me in the lane I authored. Watch how impact outlasts impressions. Watch how fruit outlives hype. Practically, here is how you reclaim your pace this week. Fast the scoreboard. Close the tab that keeps telling you who is ahead. Replace 1 hour of scrolling with 1 hour of serving someone I highlight. Bless out loud the ones who trigger you most and ask me to multiply what you celebrate without coveting it. Write down 3 assignments I have been whispering and do the smallest one today. Delay one announcement until peace ripens it. Invest in the long work that nobody claps for yet. And every time you feel the urge to copy, put your hand on your heart and say, you are the author of my story. Their chapter is not my chapter. I will not be rushed into the wrong page. My child, others might hear this message, but right now it's just you and me. I am reaching into the tangle that comparison tied, and I am cutting it loose. Feel the relief as your lungs make room for oxygen again. You do not need to run someone else's race to arrive where I am taking you. You need to walk with me, pause, ask, obey. I will open the door that bears your name. I will gather the people who fit your assignment. I will time the unveiling so it blesses you and does not break you. This is your turning point. Trust me one more time. Take my hand again. We are going forward, not backward, into a season written for you, steady and unmistakable, where peace, clarity, and true belonging greet you at the threshold. I will never leave you. My child, stay with me. Don't skip. Don't scroll away. Your next move decides your next season. Others might hear these words, but right now it's just you and me. Heaven has paused to place a simple path in your hands, a path strong enough to carry you out of panic, out of control, out of comparison, and into the season I prepared. Not panic, not control, not comparison. Pause, ask, obey. 3 holy moves, not complicated, not loud, not flashy, holy, clear, steady. First, pause. Be still long enough to hear me. This is not the delay of indecision. This is the doorway of discernment. Put your hand on your heart and breathe. Feel the river of hurry begin to slow. Set your phone face down. Step out of the noise. Close the tabs and the timelines that keep fanning your nerves. Give me space to surface peace. Peace is my fingerprint. Fear shouts, peace settles. When you pause, you are not losing time. You are releasing turbulence. When you pause, you create a landing strip for my voice. I am not hard to hear. You are hard to quiet. But look, right now as you breathe, can you feel the tightness easing? That is me drawing near. Let the hurry shake off. Let the pressure drain. Let the compulsion to prove and perform melt in my presence. Be still. Let your shoulders drop. Let your jaw unclench. Whisper, lead me. I am here. Here is how you pause when the day presses. Step into another room, the hallway, the car, the corner of the kitchen. Put both feet on the ground. Inhale my peace. Exhale the outcome you were trying to manage. Name the storm, then hand me the sails. Count to 20 slowly, not as magic, but as mercy. If the thought spins louder, do not argue with it. Answer it with my name and let it pass. Pausing is not passive, it is powerful. It interrupts the panic step that would run ahead of me. It halts the control step that would force what I am willing to fulfill. It quiets the comparison step that would copy someone else's season. Pause is your gate. Walk through it. Then ask, simple, specific, surrendered asking. I am not withholding the map to punish you. I am giving you the next step to protect you. Pray this with me. Show me the next step, not the whole staircase. Remove counterfeit options. Highlight the door you breathed on. Darken the door that only flattered my ego. What is mine today and what is not? Who do I call? What do I release? Where do I need to wait? Where do I need to move? What should I bless without strings? What wound should I forgive so it stops steering my decisions? Ask for clarity, not applause. Ask for peace, not permission slips from people I did not assign to lead you. As you ask, expect answers to arrive in ways that fit my character. A steady thought that won't let go, a name rising to the surface, a line in your journal that glows, a heaviness lifting when you picture one option and tightening when you picture another. My spirit will nudge, not nag. My peace will mark, not manipulate. If you need a sign, ask me for one. If you need a closed door so you do not wander, ask me to shut it. If you need courage for the door that looks big, ask me to steady your knees. I will not mock your need. I am a father who loves to answer. Ask and keep your heart soft enough to receive what you did not script. Finally, obey. Small, immediate, uncomplicated obedience. Do not wait for a perfect plan to do a clear thing. Send the honest message. Set the boundary you rehearsed but kept postponing. Apply where I pointed, not where ego screams. Withdraw the application I never breathed on. Apologize for what you know you twisted. Forgive the offense that has been driving your calendar. Rest, truly rest, if I say rest. Return to the discipline you abandoned. Open the document. Lace the shoes. Rehearse the presentation with peace instead of panic. Put the phone away after dinner. Go to bed on time. Book the appointment with the counselor. Cancel the meeting that only exists to keep appearances. Give the gift in secret. Delete the manipulative sentence and keep the truth. Obedience is your vote for the future I promised. Obedience is how your feet say yes. Do not despise the smallness of the step. Small steps relocate destinies. A hinge is small, it swings a door. Today's scene is short, it advances the story. When you obey, the fog thins. When you obey, what seemed heavy turns light. When you obey, I add momentum you could not manufacture. Do not demand the map before you will take the mile. I give light for your feet, not a spotlight for your fears. Take the step, then the next will appear. I am not playing hide and seek with your purpose. I am shepherding you so your purpose will not crush you. Here is the pattern until it becomes your rhythm. Pause for peace, ask for clarity, obey the next step again and again and again. When anxiety surges, pause. When options multiply, ask. When clarity comes, obey. When comparison rises, pause. When envy whispers, ask. When I show you your lane, obey. Simple does not mean easy, but it does mean doable today, right now. Don't skip, don't scroll away. Your next move decides your next season. For the next 24 hours, practice these 3 holy moves on purpose. Pause before you answer. Ask before you announce. Obey before you analyze yourself back into paralysis. Tonight, put your phone down 10 minutes earlier and sit in the quiet with me. In the morning, ask me for one assignment and do it before noon. Pay attention to the peace that meets you. Watch how conversations soften, how doors clarify, how your shoulders lower. This is how we walk together, not with striving, with steps. My child, I am not far, I am not silent, I am not complicated, I am close, I am speaking, I am simple and sure. This is your final call to trade panic, control, and comparison for 3 holy moves that will carry you into the season I prepared. Pause, ask, obey, trust me one more time, take my hand again. We are going forward, not backward. I will never leave you. My child, let me show you what it will feel like when you walk with me into your next season. The fog that's been pressing against your forehead will thin and lift. The door you kept rattling will open without you shoving. The feeling of constantly pushing a boulder uphill will ease, and you will notice that your legs are not burning like they used to. You will stop striving, not because the world went quiet, but because my peace took the wheel. This is not theory. This is the texture of life with me when you agree and move at my pace. Others might hear these words, but right now it's just you and me. I am speaking directly to you, straight into the center of your heart. Here is the before and after I am ushering you through. Before, heaviness in your chest, confusion stacking like papers without order, frantic energy that looks like progress but doesn't move the needle. After, lightness, order, and a steady hum of clarity that makes complicated choices simple. Before, second-guessing the sentence you just said, the email you just sent, the step you just took. After, a quiet assurance. No fireworks, just the atmosphere of confidence that says, this is right, and your shoulders agree by falling from your ears. Before, running to keep up with voices that do not love you. After, walking beside me while your pace finally belongs to you again. Tangible signs will meet you early. Your energy returns in ways you can feel. Sleep will begin to repair what racing thoughts once tore. You will wake with ideas that are not born of panic, but of purpose. Peace will stop being an event and become your baseline. You will feel it when a problem arrives and your first instinct isn't to spiral. It's to breathe, to ask, to obey. Relationships will clarify. The phone calls that always left you smaller will lose their hold, and the conversations that sharpen you will multiply. You will sense alignment. People who honor your design instead of reshaping it will draw near, and those who require your self-betrayal will quietly drift. Your confidence will not roar, it will root. It will feel like your feet finally finding the floor of a room you used to hover through with anxiety. Provision will surprise you in ways you could not script. Not chaos masquerading as opportunity, but unusual, undeniable timing. The right introduction when you stopped hustling for a seat. An opening on a calendar that was always impossible. A discount you did not request. A yes you did not lobby for. A resource you needed showing up before panic asked for it. You will watch me open what you could not force. You will watch me steady what you could not hold. All of heaven is not intimidated by what intimidates you. Your deadlines do not frighten me. Your bank account does not measure my ability. Your weakness does not limit my will. I am the author. I am not checking anyone else's schedule to secure your future. Let me answer the fear of loss that still lingers in the corners. I can restore what you think is too far gone. Time, relationships, opportunity. I redeem calendars. I can take years you call wasted and fold them into wisdom that accelerates you without skipping the lessons. I can breathe on a friendship that dissolved under pressure and knit it back together with boundaries and tenderness where codependence used to live. I can reopen a door you watched close and give you the grace to walk through it without apology. I can seed a brand new door where a wall stood and watch it grow under your feet. I waste nothing, not the storms, not the silence, not the steps you now regret. In my hands, even detours can become scenic routes that return you right on time. Do you feel the difference in your body when you imagine this? That is how it will be. Mornings will not begin with dread rehearsals. They will begin with simple instructions. The meeting that used to twist your stomach will still require skill, but your nervous system will no longer narrate doom. You will find yourself listening more than scrambling, answering honestly instead of posturing. You will move with an ease that looks like grace to others and feels like oxygen to you. Excellence will remain, but the anxiety that tried to own it will not. Rest will stop feeling like guilt and start feeling like obedience. You will build without breaking. You will stretch without snapping. You will carry more without it costing your soul. And notice how even the small things will testify. The email reply that used to haunt you will land and leave. The traffic jam will not own your temper. The screen will stop swallowing your attention because you will prefer the quiet where I meet you. Ideas will stop swimming and start arranging themselves into order. Your appetite for what numbed you will fade. Gratitude will become your reflex. Even your space will reflect it. Piles thinning, priorities visible. A candle lit not to cover a smell, but to celebrate a sanctuary. These are not trivial, they are trail markers. They tell you you're leaving survival and entering stability. Understand this, my beloved. This season is not a reward you earn. It is a room you enter by agreement and obedience. You are not buying admission with flawless days. You are arriving because you chose to pause instead of panic, to ask instead of assume, to obey instead of over-explain. Do not complicate it. Keep doing the small, faithful things. Keep choosing the quiet yes. Keep letting peace, not pressure, pick your pace. Every time you act on what I said, the fog clears another yard. Every time you refuse to force, the hinges you cannot see get oiled. I am not teasing you with glimpses, I am guiding you with steps. And while you walk, hear heaven's posture toward you. Heaven is not anxious. Angels are not wringing their hands about your path. The cloud of witnesses is not booing you from the stands. All of heaven watches with joy as you trade exhaustion for alignment. This is your turning point, moving from words to weather. An atmosphere shift you will feel in your mind, in your calendar, in your rooms, in your relationships. I am already opening doors no one else can close, and I am already closing doors that drained you when you tried to hold them open. Where my hand rests, there is rest. Where my word leads, there is weight and wind and winning that does not wound. So look up. Let me lift your chin, my child. Breathe in the air of the place we are entering together. See the road ahead. Defined lines, steady light, not blinding but enough. Hear the door's soft swing as it yields. Feel striving loosen its grip around your ribs. This is what your next season will feel like. Clarity where confusion lived, peace where pressure sat, stability where survival shouted. Take my hand, trust me one more time. We are going forward, not backward. I will never leave you. My child, stay here with me. Do not drift. This is the altar of decision, the hinge in your hands. Heaven has paused. Angels are leaning in. Peace is present. I am not pressuring you. I am inviting you. Choose with me. Choose peace. Choose obedience. Choose trust. Your breakthrough begins with a yes, right now, not later, not when you feel braver, not when every question is answered now. Others might hear this message, but right now it's just you and me. I am speaking directly to you, straight into the center of your heart. Listen to my voice. Don't hesitate. Don't negotiate. Don't go back to what I brought you out of. Don't dress up fear and call it wisdom. Don't let old shame chair the meeting about your future. Lay down panic, release control, refuse comparison. Say yes to my peace. Say yes to my pace. Say yes to my hand. Put your hand on your heart and answer me. Will you move with me? Not with fear. If you are saying, I will not move in fear, type amen right now as a public altar stone. If you are choosing trust over control, type Jesus right now. Let your fingers become your faith. Let your yes have a sound. Share this with someone who needs courage for their yes. And if this message is feeding you, please support this channel through the thanks button or the donation link. Partner with what I'm building in you and through you. Name the crossroads where you stand. I see them all. Relationships. Do you release what I asked you to release, or do you rehearse what I already healed? Finances. Do you tithe, budget, and build with integrity, or do you gamble on pressure and call it opportunity? Career. Do you apply where I breathed, or chase what flatters ego? Calling. Do you return to the assignment I whispered, or do you audition for rooms I didn't invite you into? Healing. Do you book the appointment, forgive the wound, practice the habit, or do you keep delaying the restoration that is ready to begin? Relocation. Do you step into the city I lit, or do you settle where nostalgia numbs you? Boundaries. Do you say the honest no and keep it, or do you trade your peace for approval again? Bring each one to this altar. Place the names, the invoices, the calendars, the addresses, the diagnoses, the ultimatums at my feet. This is not a contract you must draft. This is a covenant you enter by agreement. Right now, speak this with me. I choose peace over pressure. I choose obedience over outcome. I choose trust over control. I choose your timing over my timeline. I choose your voice over the crowd. I choose your way over my way. Let your yes be simple and whole. Let your yes be today's yes. I am not asking for a lifetime of details, only for this moment's obedience. I will give you tomorrow's light tomorrow. Say yes now and watch the wind change. As you choose, I am moving. I am quieting the storm inside so the decisions outside become clear. I am closing the doors that tire you and opening the door that bears your name. I am gathering your people and scattering the pressures that performed as friends. I am lifting the weight you were never meant to carry. Feel my peace settling on you like a warm garment. This is your turning point. This is the altar where panic loses its voice, and peace takes the microphone of your future. Don't hesitate. Don't negotiate. Don't go back. If you are saying yes with me, type Amen. If you are choosing trust over control, type Jesus. Lift your chin, my beloved. Keep your yes in your hands. In a moment, we will seal it in prayer. I am here. I am ready. We are going forward, not backward. I will never leave you. Dear Heavenly Father, I bring you my fear, my confusion, my urgency, and my desire to control. I exhale what I have been gripping, and I place it at your feet. I pour out the hurry that made my heart race, and the disappointment that made my hands heavy. I confess the way I tried to predict every outcome and protect myself from pain by over-planning. I admit how I have called panic wisdom and named old wounds normal. I am not hiding. I am here with you. Others might hear this, but right now it's just you and me. Receive what I am releasing. Receive my scattered thoughts. Receive my trembling yes. Today I trade burdens. I release shame. Every memory that tells me I don't deserve a new season. Every voice that calls me less than what you named me. I release comparison, the scrolling, the measuring, the timelines that were never mine. I release impatience, the bargaining for instant certainty, the need to see the whole staircase before I take one step. I lay down the pressure to perform, the mask of perfection, the fear of disappointing people you did not assign to be my God. In exchange, I ask for your peace to settle on me like a garment. Let calm enter my chest. Let clarity rise in my mind. Let courage strengthen my spine. I receive the stillness that is not passivity, but presence. I receive the confidence that is not noise, but knowing you are here. Father, give me discernment. Close counterfeit doors, even if they look shiny or urgent. Expose motives in me that are twisted by fear, ego, or the need to be seen. Unmask every opportunity that flatters but does not fit. Every invitation that steals my peace to feed my pride. Turn the lights on in me. Let your peace be the compass that points me forward, even when the door feels big and my knees feel small. Confirm the next step clearly. Highlight one move with steadiness and dim the rest. Make the wrong paths feel heavy in my spirit and the right path hum with quiet certainty. If I am tempted to confuse comfort with calling, correct me gently and guide me rightly. If I am tempted to confuse applause with assignment, return my ears to your voice. Order my steps in sync with you. Teach me the pause that welcomes your presence, the question that invites your guidance, the obedience that agrees with your plan. Keep me from the panic step that runs ahead of you. Deliver me from the control step that forces what you are willing to fulfill. Free me from the comparison step that copies someone else's season and misses my own. I ask for wise timing, for holy patience, for bold but measured progress. I ask for ears that hear you in the ordinary and a heart that doesn't need drama to feel your direction. Train me to choose peace over pressure every time. Give me strength for obedience. If the next move is to send the honest message, give me words without manipulation. If the next move is to set a boundary and keep it, give me resolve without spite. If the next move is to wait, give me trust that is active but not anxious. If the next move is to apply where you breathed, give me favor without striving. If the next move is to withdraw from what you did not assign, give me freedom from the fear of missing out. If the next move is to forgive, loosen the knot of offense and break the cycle of rehearsing injury. If the next move is to apologize, make me quick to own what is mine and slow to defend what is not. If the next move is to rest, teach me the holiness of a quiet evening, the worship of going to bed on time. If the next move is to return to discipline, let me choose consistency over intensity. Open the document, lace the shoes, make the call, turn off the screen, light the candle, meet you in the quiet, and do the next right thing. Father, realign my identity with your voice. Remind me I am valuable, I am chosen, I am not earning this season, I am agreeing with you. Root me in who you say I am, your beloved, your treasure, your intentional design. Silence the labels that came from failure, from family pain, from culture, from comparison. Break the lie that I must hustle to be held. Replace the story that says I am always behind with truth. I am right on time when I walk with you. Let your love be louder than my inner critic. Let your authorship be stronger than my anxiety about outcomes. I ask for the grace to live the 3 holy moves you gave me. Teach me to pause for peace when pressure rises. Teach me to ask for clarity instead of assuming or spiraling. Teach me to obey the next step without demanding a map. Make this a rhythm in me. Pause, ask, obey, again and again, until it becomes my reflex. In the meeting and in the kitchen, at the inbox and at the bedside, in the calendar and in the conversation, make me a person of steady yeses to you. Let your peace be the guardrail, your whisper be the green light, your word be the anchor that holds when winds blow. Father, I lift my eyes to the next season you prepared. Let the fog lift from my mind and surroundings. Open the door I could not force and close the doors that drained me. End the striving that taught my body to panic. Replace it with a steady pace that looks like grace to others and feels like oxygen to me. Align relationships. Draw near those who honor my design and release those who require my self-betrayal. Surprise me with provision I could not script, timing I could not manipulate, favor I did not hustle for. Heal what I thought was beyond repair. Redeem time I called wasted and fold it into wisdom. Let my mornings begin with your simple instructions, my afternoons walk in your presence, and my evenings rest under your smile. I believe you are ordering my steps and preparing my next season now. I believe your peace is my compass, your voice is my guide, your hand is my protection. I surrender control. I exchange burden for blessing, pressure for presence, chaos for clarity. I agree with your leadership. I say yes again, right here. Align my steps with your peace and open the door of my next season. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. My child, let it be sealed. Type Amen if you receive it. Share this with someone at a crossroads. Don't skip what God is doing. Keep your yes steady. Keep your eyes up. Keep your pace with my peace. We are going forward, not backward. I will never leave you.